SuperDave here with another SuperDave review. This is a SuperDave special review. Hello, and today we're talking about bow and arrows and action figures. And basically what I've done is taken all the figures, pretty much all the figures that I have with the exception of Dark Wolf from Fire and Ice, and have put them up here against each other the best I can to show off their ability to draw back a bow in an arrow in their bow, and a bow and arrow set up here. And so our first contestant is Willow from Super 7, and that is from Thundercats cartoon. And she has not only a bow, but a nice arrow that has the ability to kind of, even stretch up against a line, an actual stretchy line, which is excellent detail. Bravo Super 7 on that, because most do not, and if they do it, they don't do it very well, but this one does. And if I really wanted to do it, you could even stretch that line back with the arrow a little bit, but I've done it before and it actually launched the arrow because I have to use a little putty just to hold it in her hand. But she just poses very well with her arrow. In my opinion, I think that looks really good. And there she is. And then the next one is Link from Tears of the Kingdom by Figma. And this one does an excellent job, mainly because the action figure himself just poses so well and so fluid and so dynamic. Now, his arrow is awesome. He's got a quiver and so did she, with several extra bows in it, but this is the only one that's loose. But that bow is really cool as well. Has that green turquoise type look to it, but it does not have an actual line to stretch, and it did not come with one, and it's not meant to have one, but just kind of use your imagination that it's there. But he's looking really good. His head is able to really tilt and make it look like he's getting ready to shoot it up in the air. And then we have Masterverse Ninjor. Now he has a bow and arrow basically all in one here. There's not an actual arrow. You can kind of make it look like he's stretching it back like I'm doing there, but it's just all one piece. But I wanted to put him in the mix because he's got that cool arrow, bow and arrow set that's all one piece, but also the fact he's a ninja. But then we also have Bo. That's right. His name is Bo, and he comes with a bow and an arrow, and his arrows have little hearts on the ends of them. He's also got a quiver on his back full of little arrows, and he's got a loose arrow that has a heart on the end of it instead of a point. And again, no stretchy band or any string on this one, but his articulation is very limited, so that's about as close as I could get to make it look like he was drawing it back, so it's not quite even. And by the way, if you didn't know, Bo is from the Masters of the Universe Classics line, and he is a part of the She-Ra and the Princess of Power characters. And I'm not sure what this figure is. I got her to go along with my Masterverse and She-Ra figures, but she's really cool. And some of you might know who she is. And she has this cool arrow and bow set, and it has a plastic string, so to speak. And you can kind of pose it to make it look like she's shooting hers, as you can see there. But because of the big fluff on her left shoulder there, right shoulder, I'm sorry, it does not allow her to raise her arm any higher than that, so you're not going to be able to get it to go up. She doesn't have really swappable hands per se to be able to swap to the other side, so she's only going to be able to shoot kind of downward and straight ahead, but still looks good, and she's looking cool. And then we have another Link from an older Zelda type situation here, and he's also able to do excellent with his bow and arrow. And again, no string on this one, but he's able to tilt his head and make it look like he's really shooting his up in the sky. Now, you tell me which one you think is the best, but because of the articulation, I give the win to Tears of the Kingdom Link. I think the bow and arrow looks the coolest. I think his posability is the coolest, and it just looks like he's getting ready to shoot that arrow exactly where his eyes are met. And it looks like the arrow and the bow are lined up perfectly. You can get his arms and his wrists and everything. He's even got a hand that he comes with that allows you to hold the arrow perfectly, as well as the bow. And his articulation coupled with that special feature of his hands matching it, just that, I give the win to Link personally. But there you have it. Here's some here's Man-at-Arms and Buzz-Off and even Zodak with He-Man taking a look at some of their allies, well, with the exception of Ninjor. He's a bad guy. But looking at some of their allies to see who has the best bow and arrow skills. And according to Man-at-Arms and He-Man, in my opinion here, you tell me what you think. I give the win to Link of Tears of the Kingdom by Figma. Be blessed, and we'll talk with you soon.